Nearly every room is used differently and for a specific purpose, in the industrial and commercial sectors or in the public domain, such as offices and industrial buildings, hospitals, schools, hotels, department stores and shopping malls, and also in private homes, where more and more people are now insisting on convenience and economic efficiency. The technical fittings in these rooms are many and varied, and accordingly so are the demands placed on the EIB KNX control system. The EIB and its successor system KNX set the standard for cross-manufacturer solutions. They create the basis for a completely new range of possibilities. There's a clear installation principle behind the ABB iBus room controller. One device in each room controls all the functions. This innovative approach means that the cable routing can be structured throughout the building. The device takes up very little space. It is as small as a notebook and can be installed in the false ceiling or in the underfloor. As many as 8 modules can be plugged into the basic device to control lights, blinds, heating and air conditioning. Standard switches and sensors can also be connected to the EIB via the binary input modules. This allows the system to control an extremely wide range of room functions. Any kind of light can be switched on and off or dimmed. A light sensor measures the brightness level in the room and adjusts the lighting so that the artificial light level is kept to a minimum. Electric blinds and shutters can be conveniently operated. An automatic mode that can control entire building facades is also possible. The system can regulate heating and air conditioning devices as well as electrothermal radiator valves and fan coil units. It can also handle security and monitoring functions. With the room controller, planning is now straightforward. The structured cabling is uncomplicated and saves a lot of time and expense. The devices can be pre-assembled before use on the construction site, which means greatly reduced assembly times. Each room controller has one single physical address. This makes for a clearer bus structure and simpler, quicker programming. The installation itself could not be easier. The room controller can be installed in the ceiling or underfloor. Terminal devices such as lights are then connected to the modules. Voltage is applied to the basic unit and each function can then be tested immediately using the room controller's operation facility. The function test can be carried out without connecting the EIB and even without prior programming. Thanks to the flexible installation system, the functions are installed just where they're needed, in the room itself. The energy supply for the entire room comes from a single cable. The supply lines radiate outwards from the room controller, running directly to the terminal devices, resulting in a structured cable routing. Subsequent planning changes or later modifications to the room's use can be implemented with a minimum of time and expense. This means that the installation of cables over great distances is now a thing of the past. The system opens up fascinating new possibilities in terms of flexibility and security. If a new function is required, you simply add on an extra module. The system features the very latest bus technology to meet the most stringent requirements. It is future-oriented, economic and extremely flexible. Make the most of it. The benefits at a glance. With the room controller, a single device controls all the functions in the room. The unit's modular design gives you the maximum possible flexibility for planning. Assembly is quick and easy thanks to decentralized installation in the room. Any changes required during or after installation can be carried out quickly and easily. The device is ideally sized for installation in the false ceiling or in the underfloor. The system features structured cabling and shorter cable routes, which in turn means reduced fire loads. For greater flexibility in building services technology, giving you an extra edge in terms of comfort and flexibility. The ABB Room Controller.